Hello everyone, Peter here. Guys, let's fix them all, if possible. Yes? So, we've got a radio. Bush. Classic. I took it apart. That was here, so I speed it up. Removed all those knobs, yes, from them. Then unscrewed those nuts. There were few more on the sides of the PCB, and we've got a PCB. Now let's take it apart. Okay, what is this? Battery. Okay, that's fine. Battery. And let's take it apart. Now what I want to show you is here. Look. This was brought to me as a connecting to the Bluetooth, but doesn't give a sound. Okay, so you can imagine why. Customer had plugged in too strong power, and yeah, now we know what was. So it was for sure the resistor. Poor fella. But can you see colors on it to recognize what was the value? Not really. So the question is how to get the color and how to get the reading, because if we will take meter right now, see, I was trying to speed it up for you to not watch too long, and my meter is here. Cool, happy days. And the question is, if we will even replace this resistor, will we have, let's get to 20 ohms. Let's try this resistor. Oh, guess what? It's surprisingly open circuit. No, but quite short. It's 55. Ah, okay, and 55. So now we've got it. Guys, this shouldn't beep. That's not a 0 ohm resistor. Not 200 ohms. Not 200 kilo, not 20 kilo, not 2 kilo, (16 ohms, 17 ohms, 18 ohms, 16 ohms. So, and it's flying, you can see, as 13 ohms, 12. So yeah, I wouldn't say that's a proper value. The question only what should be here. How to guess it? We will have to understand what it does. Yes, if you don't understand what it does, how you can fix it. So now the whole problem is, if you will look, I've got only power supplies here and Xboxes, too many Xboxes, but we need the main board. Unfortunately, I don't have here any mainboard with such size of the resistor. It's looking like it's the power line to the amplifier, yes? So that's what it does. But if the power is going properly to the Bluetooth, because Bluetooth is connecting, we've got only problem with amplification, okay? I assume that this might be the Bluetooth mode. I didn't check I didn't check, I didn't go under the scope or anything. This might be power amplifier for the audio, and you need to check if it has a power supply. And how to check it is you need to read what is the symbol, go Google, find the model, and check which pin should get what voltage. Then plug in the power and check if you receive on that pin amount which should receive. Yes? If yes, then that means you've got the power in. Now the question is, do you have anything out? And then again, you need to follow the data sheet of that component. If you don't have, what you should do is you need to follow the line where it should come from. So by knowing that on this red connector the power is coming in, yes, and then it goes to this capacitor. No, that's talking rubbish. That's here. So the red, and then it's going to those pads, and then you need to follow this line to that component, yes, which should get power. So that's how you diagnose things. But let me switch to the scope and let's check if we can find what the component is, if that's the power, is that the audio amplifier, or I'm just reading from the blue, out of the blue, and I'm just guessing. So let's see and stop guessing. So I've got a good news and a bad news. This chip which I'm pointing out, this particular one which I've spoken about, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So that's sub 16, because 8 pins and 8 pads on one side, legs, yes, and then the second one. So this is CS8528S, yes, that's amplifier actually. And I've got a Chinese version, so sorry, can't do a lot, but I can tell you that there is up to 9 watts of power out of it, maximum, yes, maximum, no more than that. And that has dual channel amplification on the pin 5 and 6 of it. So we've got a small dot here, that dot is pin 1, so here we count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Those two are our audio inputs. Now we should have some voltage coming in. That's VDD. So on the pin 3 it's our VDD. 1, 2, 3. So we should get a power here. Ground, 1, 12 and 13 pins are ground. And there is a power drive. I don't know, because it's Chinese, I'm not 100% sure if shutdown PVDDL. Okay, I'll double check, because that's that Chinese version, I don't wanna mix up something, so maybe I will find either English or double check on Google. Yes. Okay, so I've checked, and VDD for real, it's a power which should come in, and that's 9.5 volts. And I couldn't get anything in English, so yay! So pin 9, it's PVDDL. Pin 9 and VDD we've got as well on the pin 16. So if I'm wrong on the pin 9 or 16, we should get a power coming in. So let me check with some pin stuff. Okay, even this one, that will do. So we know we've got dot here, so we've got 8 pins here, so 9th pin is here. Okay, so that should come from the positive of this capacitor, and if no, that will be pin 16, which is the last one, which would come from here, yes, through this small capacitor and from this capacitor. So either here or here we will have voltage. If we won't have a voltage, that means the chipset don't have power. So let's plug the battery, which is on the other side. That's fine, no problem. Let's plug it in. Okay. Now we don't have a switch here, I see, which is a problem. Which is a problem because the switch has an issue. Because I need to solder it. These are the oh, you don't see. I'll show here. These are the channels, left and right. Yes. This is the power. This is the power. The red one is the power, and this one is the switch. So I need to solder the wire here. Unfortunately, my soldering iron has dropped down on the ground. Unbelievable! I'm making a mess. Huge mess, guys. See, that's why I wanted to open it up front, rather than you have to wait on me and waiting on opening the stuff. Oh, now another stuff is fallen. Yeah, I said to myself that I won't be tidying up these weekends before going to the holiday. I will save myself that, and when I will come back I need to rearrange the room anyway, so it's fine. Okay, solder. Let's get some flux. No soldering without the flux. It should be banned. Oh, too much. But anyway, better too much than too little. Let's solder this wire now. Okay. Oh, breathe of fresh air. Okay, so we get those two diodes, and we've got a light. And now this will try to connect with my phone if I will turn on the Bluetooth. Let it do it. Should automatically connect. Okay, yes, it connected. So now let's check meter and let's see that chipset. We got power or we won't have power on this. Okay, oh, that's bad. The wire is so small, guys. You know what? I'll grab the wooden stuff which I use for expanding the surface of this thing, because it's the least comfortable what I'm doing right at the moment, right now. Yeah, it's a pain. Okay, that's not the side. The other side. Now we need to feel comfort when you're doing things, and I get least of the comfort when I'm doing with that. Okay, so we've got the opposite way. So if you wanna look at it this way, I need to do it like that. But anyway, that's fine. Yes. Move everything. Okay, where is the meter? It's always I'm putting things somewhere safe, you know, like safe. Let's get this sprinkler away. get voltage to the DC 20 to 20 should do. Now let's get the party started. So I'm putting on variable resistor my black probe, yes, here, so on a potentiometer. And now let's start to test these pins. So the first pin I want to test is this one. That has 7.8. Cool. Now what about this one? 7.8. That should get 9. So the question now is why it get 9. It doesn't warm up, but the voltage regulator or something which is here on MOSFET is... What are you? I've got no light. That's weird. Okay, sorry. So this stuff, that should be ground. Yeah, that's ground. And the rest, does look like a plus because it's coming from the capacitor. Yeah, that's 780. Okay, so I don't know what it does. Is it some sort of voltage regulator or something? That's either going on the other side or it doesn't go anywhere. But here let go everywhere power, so I wouldn't say that's a problem. But something literally have burned this resistor. Now you can see it, yeah? You can see it really nicely. So that's 7 volts. $790. The question is 793 and 783. The question is, what should we get? Because this doesn't heat up. It's cold. But if it's letting go too much current, that's a diode. So current should go from this side to this side. Yes, it's 790. 672. Well, it's SS24. It's looking like a diode at least. It's D written as well, so that would make sense. 670, 790. So that would come from this connector here, this white connector, which is from the charger. Okay, so that's the charging stuff. That's fine then. 5, 6. And the stuff from the battery, that's a switch, so that's this. What we're after is this connector, because this one brings the power from the battery. So this has 2 pins, as we can see. That's one of the pins, and that's 793. Okay, so the battery does give 793. Then it went through this resistor and goes as well further here somewhere to this resistor. 793, yes. Then from this resistor goes to this, like a diode or something, Q stuff. Cute stuff, yeah, that's a cute stuff. So this cute stuff, where are you? Here. Okay, that's quite interesting. $793, 102. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that comes from a different place. That's why it doesn't have. Whereas this one, 677. So I can't see a problem with power supply. Only if so, that would be a problem with our amp. I don't see any burns. I don't like this resistor, but it still push current without a resistance. So, and nothing is getting too hot. Plus Bluetooth works. So in that case, if we don't have a voltage going out on these, that's 0 ohm resistor, and these are working for sure. I don't believe they don't. And that's mean that chipset could be burned, because we're coming out of this. I'm just curious why there is no capacitor. Like, is it some sort of built-in capacitor for this? How it's on the schematics? Data sheet. Yeah, it goes straight to the speakers. Wow. Okay. Okay, so it goes straight to the speaker. On pin 11, 10. So we got 9, 10, 11. So 10, 11 is on the schematics one speaker, and then 14 and 15 on the schematics. So 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. So 14 is, it's like ground, you can say. Oh, that shouldn't be any voltage, and we should no voltage here. Good. And on pin 10 and 11 out left, that would be, that's 9, 10. Neither nor. Very good. So you see, this, if it gets power, should get warm. It's cold, and it does get power, because that's what we see here. 780, yes. So it does get power, and here as well. So you see, so we do have power coming in. We don't know if we get a voice, because there is a line in on the pin 5 and 6. Yes, so when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 on these two lines, if we can get some speaker, and if I can play some music or whatever, where's my phone? I'll play some music. We should get some sound. That should be analog audio, so that should just something. Okay, so it will be royalty-free music. Cool. Okay, that's fine. Let it play. That's an ad, that's fine. Okay, I don't know, I don't have the panel, so I don't know which one is a volume up and which one is down, but common sense is you know, to the right, it will be increasing the volume, but I wanted to make sure. I don't see the... Okay, it is here. Okay, you know what? Let's do half, because half, something like that. Okay, now let's get some speaker. It should be quiet, but it should be noticeable. Okay, we get a speaker. Great. Now to do it without the soldering and without doing any problems, like to not short circuit anything, you need to be really careful. Okay, so the best way will be if I'll get these probes, attach these to them. Okay, so insert this one in. Now insert the second one into the second, and then I can use my probes, which are more thin and at least can create a problem. So okay, let's try this. Okay, let's hook up. I'm trying to hold my speaker, you know, in the, close to the ear. Okay, we got a stable connection. Don't hear any sound. Okay, so if we don't hear any sound, either I'm not connected, have to get some battery, for instance, because that's not a lot of volts. Okay, so that's a problem, that something is not connecting. Or the battery is dead and I'm trying to do... Okay, now I've got a sound. So I've tested with a battery, yeah? And when you do like that, it can give you a sound. Hopefully you can hear it. Okay, so now let's test it again. It's this time 5 and 6 pins audio input. Ah, okay, so it's to the ground, 5 or 6 and to the ground, so I've done it the wrong way. So to the ground and 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does give me like a wee noise, but it's like a just connecting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then 4. Oh my god. Should give us something. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's mean, you know, which one is volume? Volume is the last one. Okay, so let's get to this. Nothing. is the, I didn't check the schematic, so I don't know if should I check it, would it change anything. Okay, I'll take it close to my ear if I can hear anything. Nope, I can't hear anything, and that should come from the processor somewhere here, which processing the sound. The resistor here, here. That goes unfortunately on the other side of the board probably. That's not nice, because how I can do it under the scope. But anyways, this is the Bluetooth stuff which connects, and we know it's working, yes? So this should give us sound, and if it doesn't give us a sound, there can be an issue. So either this should give us a sound and it should go out, so we would have to check the datasheet of this one, and then this should give us like either preamplification, which I don't believe, it should go straight to this chipset here, yes, and then this chipset should amplify it. So now to test it, I have to understand how this chipset works. Okay, this Bluetooth module, and then we've got something like a voltage regulator or something, this one. So I would like to check what does this voltage regulator do, and what we can expect out of it, because we hear no sound completely, so it's not yet that the amplifier has been burned. We can't say like for real. Let's put my phone aside. Okay, so I don't know which is the model of it, yes, so is it a YD618 or the 4558D? Let's try YD618. 618. Okay, no, it's showing me nothing interesting. So let's try this 4558D. 455AD. Oh, and now we've got something, and now we've got 4 pins, and we've got different salts. Texas Instruments, Mauser even has one. Okay, good. Dual general purpose operation amplifier. Okay, cool, happy days. Let's check it out. Okay, we've got a data sheet. That's really nice. Voltage out. Can I get some zoom in? Okay, cool. So we've got a voltage in. Yeah, it's a regulated voltage on output, so that's okay. But what is the pin output? Can I get pin output, please? Okay, so we've got the output is on the pin 1. So ground, voltage. Oh, now I can't measure because I got disconnected. Plus and minus. Okay. And now pin output will be number 1. So to the ground and number 1. So we've got a 379, 380 on the out. Now 2 out is on a pin 7. So that's okay. Now in is on the 5 and 6. That's VC, that's in. That's in. There are 2 ins actually. So pin 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $377, $378. That's okay. And 2 and 3 pins are in number 1. So 2 and 3 pins. This and this. Okay, that's weird that it's a plus and minus, but let's try. Okay. Smelled something. Okay, so we know that we've got to the ground, so that's fine. What else we can? Positive supply, inverting input, non-inverting input. Ah, that's why there are 2. Okay, so we've got inverting and non-inverting input. That's fine. And output, it's fine. Pin 7 and pin 1. So this works fine. I can't say that it's bad. It does what it should. I'm happy with it. Now the only problem I see here is how to distinguish if this should get some sound coming in, and then this would amplify, but I can't see the sound. So either I would have to connect the oscilloscope or learn how the signal comes in here, and then check what sort of signal it is. Is it an analog signal or this is a digital signal, and how it behaves, yes, here. Because on the analog we can't hear anything, yes, and when it comes to the connector, I can connect these 2 as well. We've got still plays, yeah, that still plays, that's fine. I can connect 1 wire and 2nd wire, okay, and do, yeah, no sound. And 2nd, no sound, exactly. So as we know that the amplifier gives switch it off and I'll switch to the webcam. So as we know that the power audio amplifier gives gets the voltage in, but don't give even small noise, you know, that it's anything in the speakers. I know that I can suspect it that to be faulty. I can say to the customer, look, there's sound coming out of it straight to the speakers, excuse me, but speakers don't have this small noise which should be you know, like when there is something going on. So we can blindly order that chipset and then test it, you know. In this case, blind ordering of this chipset is no problem. If it won't work, what we can do some audio amplifier based on this voltage here. So we can create a buck converter which will get down from 7 volts to whatever volts we need, and we will get small amplifier which we can then connect with this signal on board. Yes, and if that would fail even, we can get Bluetooth module connected with that amplifier. Plug in those potentiometers or create different potentiometers, yes, and do it this way, so it's no problem, yes. But let's try to fix this one. I'll say to the customer that the amplifier is kaput probably, and I will have to get the into the data sheet better, not in Chinese for sure. Look for the square wave or regular wave, plug in an oscilloscope and see if I can do it, or blindly order that chipset because I'm going on a holiday and it won't be dear as well. I'll pause the recording and I'll check how much does it cost. Okay, so I found them for £1 excluding VAT, so 120 for 99 pence exactly, and shipping £155, so 250 for 2 pieces, 125 for one. Probably if I would order, I would order at least those 2, more 4. If customer will say yes, then I can proceed. What else I can say? I can say that should I test anything else? Well, I could, but it's without checking data sheet, it's blind guess, so I won't. And I'm going on a holiday, and the job is non-urgent, and customer knows I'm going on a holiday. I fixed him CCTV. He's happy with it. Now I've ordered parts for the TV, and TV will be fixed after I'm coming back, and because that's cheap as chips, so even if I won't use it now, I might use it for some projects later or to repair something else later, yes. So I don't see a problem. I can order it, and let's wait, let's do it, and then when I will be fixing TV, this will come as well, and I can do this one as well. That stuff is coming anyway, and I'm coming back on the 28th, so I will have some jobs when I'll come back, and then when this stuff will come, I'll get into it. But I can assemble everything, and I can ask customer if customer wants. If customer wants, I'll order it. It's just few quid. If customer will say no, I will say other solutions, like adding additional amplifier, yes, on top of the existing one. But I need to make sure, yes, I need to just make sure that the signal, yes, because there is an aux, so aux should be analog. You should hear the sound from the aux, like from your headphones or something, yes. So that should take analog signal. That's why I would believe that this chipset is an analog. I don't see a... Oh no, there are waveforms. No, that's power efficiency. Sorry, need to see the wave. Is it a square wave? I don't believe. It will be regular analog. Efficiency of power. Oscilloscope reading. Frequency hertz. I don't believe it will be square wave. But guess what? It doesn't show. Well, my understanding of electronics is that that should be an analog signal. Okay? That should be an analog signal, and I should hear something on my speaker, like a tiny voice. If I don't hear it, that means there can be some different issue, and I could amplify this signal from my amplifier, yes, because I don't have preamp amplifier, but I've got amplifiers, just regular amplifiers, and if I can hear the sound in the amplifier, that's fine. If no, I can still worry that there might be some different issue. So that's what I can do. I can remove the jack from my PC, which is hooked up to this amplifier, Sony here, plug in this signal, plug in this signal and see if I can amplify it. And I can check if the aux is working as well here, because the aux should have analog signal. So those tests I can do, yes, but I'll need to wait on a part anyway, because I don't believe that this chipset works if you don't hear anything when you turn on the device. If you hear total silence, that's mean your amplifier is dead, and that's mean especially you don't have capacitor here or anything on the output. You should hear whatever, like you switch it on, you should hear something, and you don't hear completely anything. So that part will be faulty anyway, and because the part cost is cheap, I would say let's order it. Like if you order 2, no problem. I don't think customer will be offended with that risk of £2.50. Yes. That's it, guys. That's it. You see how I'm analyzing things. You see how I'm trying to go into the understanding of the device. And let's wait on the parts and let's fix it. Let's save them all. Yes, if possible. Bye.